everyone. This is Miss Finn from the Literacy Lab. Today we are going to be reading Five Little Mermaids, written by Sunny Scribens and illustrated by Barbara Vagnozzi. Five little mermaids went swimming in the sea, to the Atlantic Ocean to see what they could see. Wow, it's salty. Maria joined a school of fish and swam away carefree. Whoosh! Now there were four little mermaids swimming in the sea, to the Indian Ocean to see what they could see. Oh, it's warm. Micaiah met a turtle and forgot the other three. Bye! Now there were three little mermaids swimming in the sea, to the Southern Ocean to see what they could see. Brr, it's cold. Ming high-fived a penguin and swam away with glee. Splash! Now there were two little mermaids swimming in the sea, to the Pacific Ocean to see what they could see. Oh, it's deep. Marley saw a giant squid and turned around to flee. Ah! Now there was one little mermaid swimming in the sea, to the Arctic Ocean to see what she could see. Whee! It's shallow. Maya met a jellyfish and went off to sightsee. Wow! Now there were no little mermaids swimming in the sea. Hey, where did all the mermaids go? So many mermaids swimming in the sea, sharing their stories with their mermaid families. When they get together, it's as fun as can be. Yeah, it's time for a party in the sea. More about mermaids. What is a mermaid? Mermaids are imaginary creatures who are part human and part fish. There are stories about mermaids who live in all kinds of waters: oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds, and even oases in the desert. Mermaids are often female, but tales also describe mermen. Merpeople or merfolk can be any gender. Are mermaids real? Throughout history, various people, including sailors and pirates, have claimed to see mermaids. Most scientists think that these people actually saw sea cows, which are real ocean creatures. There are two types of sea cow: manatees and dugongs. Sea cows look a little like humans because they swim using two flippers, like arms to paddle. Mermaids around the world. The word mermaid comes from Middle English, the language that people living in England spoke many hundreds of years ago. They combined the words mere and maid. There are different words for mermaid in every language, because cultures all over the world have their own stories about fish people. Here are just a few. Greece. In Greek stories from thousands of years ago, mermaids called Nereids lived in an underwater palace and sometimes offer to help sailors. In Greek art, mermaids appear as humans covered in fish scales. Japan. Nangyo are part fish, part human creatures from Japanese legends. Very old and important stories. In these stories, eating nangyo can help bring health and long life, but can also cause terrible storms and bad luck. Central America. The tales of Tupi and Guarani people describe a water queen named Yara with dark skin and green algae-covered hair. Stories say that people can follow her strong singing voice to her underwater home. New Zealand. In the legends of the Maori people, creatures who live in lakes or rivers are called taniwha. Taniwha can help keep people safe, or they can trick and hurt humans. Taniwha who live in the sea are called marakihu. West, Central, and Southern Africa. Many different African cultures have stories about a goddess who can control water. Mami Wata is a name people use for any goddess like this. When Mami Wata appears in art, She often has snakes wound around her body. Like in other mermaid tales, she can bring great luck or terrible danger. 5 oceans. The oceans in this book are actually 5 connected parts of one huge global ocean. Scientists have found and named about 250,000 species of life in these salty waters, and they think that there might be up to 750,000 more. The largest ocean, the Pacific Ocean, is larger than all of the land on Earth combined. It holds about half of the Earth's water. Around the Pacific Ocean is the Ring of Fire, an area where most of the planet's biggest earthquakes and volcanic eruptions happen. The deepest point of the Pacific Ocean is called the Mariana Trench. All of Mount Everest could fit underwater there, and the top of the mountain would still be 2 miles below the water's surface. The warmest ocean. For the past 100 years, the Indian Ocean has been warming up faster than any other ocean. Scientists believe that this warming is part of climate change caused by humans. Warmer water makes it hard for tiny animals, called plankton, to survive, which means it is also harder for fish that eat plankton to find enough food. Ocean warming might also cause changes in the strong winds called monsoons that bring storms to Asia. The coldest ocean. It is hard for people to sail ships in the Southern Ocean because it has very strong winds and cold temperatures. The winds blow hard enough to move water all the way around Antarctica. This moving water is called the Antarctic Circumpolar Current. Water from the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans combines in this current and flows into the Southern Ocean. The saltiest ocean. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge is an underwater mountain range that divides the Atlantic Ocean into 2 pieces. The highest points of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge reach out of the water to form volcanic islands, like Pingvellir in Iceland. Many ships travel across the Atlantic between the Americas, Europe, and Africa, but icebergs and hurricanes can make those journeys dangerous. The smallest ocean. Sea ice covers much of the Arctic Ocean, providing a home for Arctic animals like polar bears. In the winter, there can be twice as much sea ice over the Arctic Ocean as there is in the summer. Climate change has caused a lot more sea ice than usual to melt, which makes it harder for Arctic animals to find food and homes. Creatures in this book and how deep they can swim. Lion's mane jellyfish can swim up to 66 feet deep. Some people think that the thin hair-like tentacles of this jellyfish look like a lion's mane. The longest one anyone has ever seen washed up on the shore of the Massachusetts Bay in 1870. Its tentacles were 120 feet long, which makes it longer than a blue whale. A school of herring can swim up to 656 feet deep. There are more herring in the world than almost any other type of fish. There are over 200 kinds of herring, and female herring can lay up to 40,000 eggs at one time. Their silver scales help them stay hidden from predators, because when their scales shine, they look like light shining in the water. Emperor penguin can swim up to 1,850 feet. Penguins are birds with flippers instead of wings, and they swim rather than fly. Emperor penguins can dive deeper than any other bird and stay underwater to feed for more than 20 minutes. To warm up outside the water, they huddle together in groups. Each penguin takes a turn in the middle, then moves to the outside to give the next penguin their chance to get warm. Sea turtles can swim up to 3,000 feet deep. Sea turtles have existed on Earth for more than 110 million years, since the time of the dinosaurs. Unlike other turtles, they cannot pull their legs and heads back into their shells. The leatherback, the only kind of sea turtle that does not have a hard shell, can dive the deepest. Giant squid can swim up to 3,300 feet deep. Scientists don't know a lot about giant squids because they live so deep in the ocean. It is very hard for people to go that far down below the surface of the water. In 2012, using a special underwater vehicle with a super sensitive camera, scientists in Japan took the first video of a giant squid in its natural habitat. The end! I hope you enjoyed reading Five Little Mermaids with me and learning more about mermaids and the oceans and ocean creatures. See you next time!